afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Luke Michael Howard, and I'm a hypnotist. This is the bit where we're supposed to explain who we are, what we do, why you're supposed to listen to us, but I don't want to take too much time because it's about you and giving you a gift. So we've got a little bit of time later on. I'll tell you a little bit about me, but I would just like to get into it. Is that okay with you guys? Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. So today's going to be I'm going to treat you like you're my client. Instead, there's about 15 of you right now. So I'm going to show you what I would do in the first half of my session up to the actual hypnosis point, where everyone has this mind-blowing experience of, oh shit, something is happening here outside my control. So I have this belief, guys, if I just talk at you, you might retain 5% of the information I give you. If I give you an experiential learning, you'll be able to lock it deep inside. So I'm going to be calling on you to be demos here tonight, and if that's okay, is that okay with you? Put your hand up, that's good. Very good. All right, so lovely. What I'm going to ask you to do, guys, is put your arms together like so. So everyone's in the right place for the cure your snake phobia, right? No, just kidding. I put the magic back in your hypnosis practice. All right, just watch me first and I ask that you do it, all right? So arms, in a moment I'm going to ask you to put your arms out like this, but before I do that, I'm going to explain hypnosis. Here's my pre-talk to you. It used to take 45 minutes. And quite frankly, after about 45 minutes, my clients had this little glassy look in their eyes like this. And I'm not sure if I induced hypnosis, but I just made them damn bored. So then I brought it down to 30 minutes, then I brought it down to 15 minutes, then I brought it down to 5, then I brought it down to a minute, then I brought it down to 30 seconds. Now it's one sentence. Here is my pre-talk in one sentence. What is hypnosis? Automatic reaction in spite of conscious awareness. So, what do I mean by that? Let me show you. So in a moment, I'm going to ask that you have your arms out like this. Make sure you don't poke anyone's eyes out. I'm going to ask that you rub your hands together like you're trying to start a fire. Then, just watch me first. I love how you keep. Then I'm going to ask that you interlock your fingers nice and tight. Make sure you are crossing your thumbs. Then I'm going to ask that you bend your elbows like you're making a desperate prayer. You might want to make one while you're there. Then I'm going to ask that you open up your index fingers, those are your pointy fingers, like that, and just focus only on the gap in between your fingers. Imagine, pretend, or make believe that there's a magnet on one finger, there's a magnet on the other finger. With every breath that you take and every move that you make, those fingers come closer and closer together like two magnets. Now what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to make it happen consciously, but I also don't want you to resist it. So when your fingers move, and they will move, don't stop it, don't freak out, don't resist it, just allow it to happen, want it to happen, let it happen. So guys, arms out. Bring your hands together, try and start a fire. Interlock your fingers nice and tight. Bend your elbows, make that desperate prayer. Open up your index fingers and just focus on the gap in between. Imagine there's a magnet on one finger, a magnet on the other finger, and just let those fingers come together. Some of your fingers are already touching, about half of you. That's right. With every breath that you take and every move that you make, just want it to happen, will it to happen. And once it's happened, just allow your hands to drop by your side. Very good. Is there anybody whose fingers didn't touch? Awesome. So people think that's a suggestibility test. So what I tell my clients is most of the time they always touch, and they always touch within 30 seconds. I'm not looking for them to touch, because I know biomechanically they're going to touch. I'm looking for when they don't touch. So if I'm ever doing a talk with a client and they don't touch in 30 seconds, red flag number one goes off inside my head. Because it's not a suggestibility test, it means they must actively be resisting it in order for it to not to happen. So then I know, all right, red flag number one. All right, so you did amazing, fantastic. Automatic response in spite of conscious awareness. You all saw your fingers, your eyes were open, you saw them moving. You weren't hypnotized or in a weird out-of-body state, yet something weird happened. Automatic response in spite of conscious awareness. Your fingers moved together because I gave you a suggestion. I like to give you demos of exactly what I'm saying. So you've got great imaginations. The next thing I want you to do, guys, watch me again. First of all, I'm going to get you to have your arms out like so. Rub your hands together like you're trying to start a fire. Then I'm going to ask that you open up your hands about 6 inches. I'll ask that you close your eyes this time and imagine, pretend, or make believe. Again, there's a magnet on the palm of one hand, a magnet on the other palm, and imagine they want to come together all by themselves. Once again, don't try and make me happy and do it consciously. But when they move, and they will move, don't freak out, don't stop it, don't separate it. Just want it to happen, will it to happen, expect it to happen. All right, guys, arms out. Hands together, we're trying to start a fire, about 6 inches apart. Focus on that gap in between. Close your eyes. Some people have got a weird idea of what 6 inches is. That's a man 6 inches. That's a real 6 inches right there. That's a real 6 inches right there. With every breath that you take and every move that you make, your hands are coming closer and closer together like two powerful magnets. That's right. Even stronger now. Some of your hands are touching, some of your hands are just a few centimeters from touching right there. When they touch, you can just keep your hands in front of you and just know that you're in this wonderful place to get some hypnosis. That's fantastic. Once you have allowed your hands to touch, you can open your eyes and just see, surprise yourself at how quickly they touch. And for some of you, you're almost there. So just allow it to happen, want it to happen, expect it to happen. But when they touch, you can just drop their hands. There you go. Good job. And just relax. Check out your hands for me. Whose hands touched? Whose hands didn't touch? Very good. You're quite an analytical guy? Are you quite an analytical guy? Very logical. You just shattered. You sound South African or Australian. Very good. So that pretty much works with most people most of the time. It has less of a success rate than that. But again, it's biomechanically loaded. Your hands are there. They're a little bit higher. As you get tired, they're going to come down. So if I give it another minute, his hands will touch, and someone's there whose hands won't touch, it will touch. But inside the client's mind, they start to think, oh shit, something's happened. I'm an automatic response. It's part of conscious awareness. You're going to be aware of everything we do today in hypnosis. In fact, you're going to be more aware of it than you would be in a normal waking state. Just as your fingers touched it, you weren't hypnotized. Just as your hands touched all by themselves, you weren't hypnotized. Yet something happened automatically. It's about putting that seed inside someone's mind that something is happening automatically. Hypnosis, hypnosis, hypnosis. Because for some people, this is how I used to work, you just used to read scripts to people, print out the script of the problem, read it to people, and it would work, maybe 30 to 50% of the time, but a large part of the time it wouldn't work. And I'm like, am I actually doing hypnosis here, or am I just reading shit to people? And I realised that everybody was a little bit different, so then I started to tailor what I do, and it gave people the experience, because if people just want someone to talk to them, then go see a counsellor. They can get a book on tape, but they want to have an experience. And most people's experience of hypnosis is what they've seen on stage or what they've seen in a movie. It's not essentially someone sitting down and just talking to them. So that experience, that experiential learning that we give to people is so important, and it's made a huge difference in my practice. Who here has heard of muscle testing? Very good, lovely. So we're going to do some muscle testing. Can I borrow you for this one? Lovely. I need to stand up. Give him a round of applause. Oh, one thing I forgot to say. Did you know this is the main event of HypnoThoughts? Do you know how it's the main event? It's the one that goes on last. So the one that goes on last at the end is the main event. This is where you're supposed to laugh a little bit. It's a tough audience. I know they must be a bit tired, or maybe they didn't have enough food for lunch. So muscle testing. Have you ever heard of muscle testing? Yes. Lovely. So you know what? I am going to get you to stand and face me if you will. Are you right or left-handed? Both actually. You're nice and strong. So you're a strong guy, you've got a nice strap and shoulders. What I want you to do in the moment is I want you to hold your arm down like so, make a fist. I'm going to try and push down my two fingers. Don't let me push down. Okay. Arm out. Strong, strong, strong. Good, he's strong. Watch your same pressure, and all your energy just disappears. That doesn't happen all the time. Kind of weird, huh? Does that happen a lot? The energy just disappears? Usually not when I'm with another person. Okay. So, alright, but maybe I just tricked you, right? Because you weren't ready, so now you know what's going to happen. Yeah. Arm out again. Strong, strong, strong. Don't let me push down. Good, good, good. Watch this. And all your energy just disappears. Kind of weird, isn't it? Wow, all your energy just disappeared. What happened then?
I don't know. I think maybe I was tricked again.
Tricked again. Alright, so you know it's going to happen again. Put your arm out again. You know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to do that, you're going to get weak, but don't let me push down. First of all, strong, strong, strong. What? And it goes again. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Stay around to the end and I'll unpack why that just happened that way. Alright, but back to the real session. Have you ever heard of a lie detector before?
Yes.
Beautiful. So I don't have a lie detector under this table, but I don't need one because your body, you can lie to me, you can lie to yourself, we do it every day, but your body will never lie to me and your body will never lie to itself. Do you want to see what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Arm out for me. Tell me the truth. What's your name?
Adam.
Adam. Say, my name is Adam.
My name is Adam.
Strong, strong, strong. Body says, this is the truth. Now lie to me and say, my name is Luke.
My name is
Strong,
Luke.
strong, strong. Body says, no, this is the truth, this is the lie. I don't care what they say consciously to me. I don't care about the vomit that's coming out of a client's mouth. I care about what their body and their unconscious mind's telling me. Beautiful. But I could have got lucky again, right? So what's the universal truth? 1 + 1 = 2. It's not a trick question. Be happy with that.
Sometimes it is
All
true.
right, all right. For here, yeah. Oh, you're in Las Vegas. You happy?
Yes.
All right. So hold out your arm. Say you're in Las Vegas.
I'm in Las Vegas.
Strong, strong, strong. Body says yes. It's telling the truth. Now say you're in London, England.
I'm in London.
Strong, strong, strong. Body says no, you're not. This is the truth. This is the lie. Your body will never lie. Bringing some muscle testing into the practice because we're having fun with this right now. But we're going to come back to this a little bit later on to show you before we even do the hypnosis today that your problem's gone completely. Is that okay with you?
Definitely.
Very good. So you know what? Do you have any back injuries at all, Adam? Or shoulders?
I did, actually, here on the fourth vertebrae.
How is it now?
Perfect.
It's good?
Yes.
No problems anymore?
No.
Lovely. All right, beautiful. Can I get you to put your feet together? Don't move your feet. We're going to do some weird shit right now. Put your feet together. Don't move your feet. Yeah, make it so. Adam, in a moment, I'm going to rock you forward. I'm going to rock you backward. I got you. You are nice and safe. You are nice and secure. Just go right quickly. Is that okay with you?
Yes, it is.
Lovely. If it hurts your back at any time, you tell me. We stop. Cool?
Full honesty.
Beautiful. Lovely. That's it. Nice. Beautiful. This is how I get my workout in, Adam.
One can see it. You're strong.
Stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to go behind you and squeeze this wire. I'm going to touch your shoulders to let you know that I'm here. Keep looking forward. Feel this. More. Good, I got you. What just happened?
This was interesting. My body will put it on.
Yeah, does that happen a lot?
No. Alright.
Feet together, don't move your feet.
Yeah.
Watch this. Good, I got you. What just happened?
Again, very cool.
Kind of cool, huh? I know, some voodoo shit going on. Watch.
Kinetic powers.
Watch this. Good, I got you. Good job. I got you. I'm right there, just touching your shoulders to let you know that I'm right here. Please excuse. And just take a little step to your left as you would to get away from that wire. A little bit more step to your left. Good. This wire likes you. It's wrapping around you. All right, I got you. Adam, feel this.
Interesting.
I got you.
No,
That's
trusting.
right. Keep looking forward to me. You're doing great, Adam.
Yeah.
Good job. What just happened?
Interesting. I felt something pulling and pushing.
You felt like I wasn't touching you. Was I touching him? No, I look weird, huh? You're right. I asked you. You're both. You're ambidextrous, right?
Yes.
So don't do it consciously. Just let whatever happens, happens, but don't try and make me happy, all right?
Okay.
Look at your hand. Are you doing that consciously?
No, I'm not. It felt like something would grab my hand even though you wouldn't touch me.
Kind of weird. And as that hand relaxes, Adam, notice this now. Feel your knees. That's right, they start to bend. I will not let you fall. They bend more. That's right, and more. All by themselves. All the way down. That's right. I got it. Good. What's going on?
Getting weak knees in front of a man, interesting.
Really? I have that effect on people. Remember, only some of the rumours are true, guys. Beautiful. Kind of weird, huh? Beautiful. So, alright, so we're going to break the third wall, as they used to say in 80s and 90s TV right now. Here's the audience, right? Because they had a wall here, wall here, wall here, and the audience would be here. So we're using some stuff to like blow his mind. It's some energy work, it's some hypnosis work. I did not invent any of this stuff. But straight away, Adam's having an experience of, shit, something weird is going on. I don't know how this can help me deal with my problem, but something is going on outside of my control. So already it's like, something's going on here that might be able to help me. It's different from probably anything he's been experienced before if he came in for a problem, because most people on their last phone call, they may have seen the counsellor, the psychiatrist, the psychotherapist, and they come in and see this guy, and already we have the oh shit moment where people look at me like, and it's great because I want to impose that old shit moment, because they're used to people in suits and ties and stroking them and everything's going to be okay, and I come in like a sledgehammer, so they can't quite put me in any other category anymore, so they already go into altered state. Very good. So you know what? We're having a little fun with the muscle testing earlier on. You can relax your legs a little bit now, Adam, and get yourself a bit more, balance there. So, do you have a problem that you want to get rid of? You do not, like a mini problem, but you do not need to tell us what it is if you don't feel comfortable.
Actually, I'm perfectly happy.
You're perfectly happy? Jesus Christ! Alright. My God, so you need to get these people to all model you later on, right? Alright, we're going to try something. We're not going to try something else, we're going to do something else. Can I get you to face these guys?
Of course.
Lovely. Adam, in a moment, I'm going to touch your shoulder. When I touch that shoulder, and only when I touch that shoulder, I want you to allow your eyes to close, but only when I touch that shoulder.
Okay.
Make sense? And I got you nice and safe. So I get you just to look forward. Close your eyes. And even as I remove my hands, just allow your eyes to stay closed. Now, Adam, I know that you know, if you really wanted to, Adam, if you really wanted to, you could open your eyes if you really wanted to, couldn't you?
True.
But Adam, I'm thinking about you now. I'm thinking about you. Feel this.
It feels like a pressure on my forehead.
That's right. Notice that pressure there, your eyes start to come down, start to feel tighter and tighter together. With every breath that you take and every move that you make, your eyes, you start to feel them press tighter and tighter and tighter. Nod your head if you feel that.
Yes.
That's right. And notice this now, Adam, with every breath that you take, every sound that you hear, your eyes become tighter glued, tighter stuck. You keep your balance at all times. But notice this now, your eyes just become tighter and tighter. Now imagine, pretend, or even make believe that you apply the stickiest glue that you could ever imagine from one side of your eyelids all the way to the other side of your eyelids. So they're sticking, they're gluing, they're bolting down together. It will feel very, very pleasant for you. Nod your head when you start to feel that now. That's right. And what I want you to do in a moment, Adam, is I want you to try and open them and find they stay tight and closed. Try to open them and find the harder you try and open them, the tighter shut they become. Your eyelids may flutter, your eyebrows might go up and down a little bit, but they stay closed. Are you trying, Adam?
Yes, I do.
It's kind of a weird feeling, huh?
Interesting.
Did you think that would work for you?
Actually, yes.
You did? Alright, but most people would say no. Adam's a mentalist and a hypnotist. Fantastic. And notice that the harder you try to open your eyes, the tighter shut and more glued they become. But it just feels very nice. It feels very, very pleasant. Give them a test and find they stay closed. And the harder you try, the better you feel because they stay closed.
Yeah,
Are you trying?
Yes, I do.
Do you see how powerful hypnosis is?
Yes.
Do you see how powerful your mind is?
Yes.
Do you see how powerful our session's going to be today?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to open your eyes, just sound satisfied and your eyes will open.
I'm satisfied.
And your eyes are open. Perfect.
Wonderful.
Good job. Thank you so much.
You did a very great job.
You were great. Give him a round of applause. Does anybody have like a minor problem here? Like you don't have to tell me what it is, but you'd like to get rid of it. It can be like an annoying habit, some kind of discomfort. Beautiful. So I am going to use this young lady here. Maybe you should, yeah. Come on. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? I'm Luke.
I'm Lisa.
I like your necklace, by the way. Do you feel comfortable in telling us what it is? You do not need to tell us what it is if you do not feel comfortable.
Yeah, I bite and pick my nails.
You bite and pick your nails. Interesting. So you look at your nails sometimes, you're like, they look absolutely delicious. But I need to put them in my mouth because they look so freaking tasty.
Usually I'm like, what is that? I should like that. That thing needs to go.
Most people, when it comes to biting nails, it's already in their mouth because it's a form of catalepsy. We know as hypnotists that catalepsy is a deep form of hypnosis. It's the same as smoking a cigarette. It's a form of catalepsy in the position of your hand. So you're already in a state of hypnosis as you bite in your hand. Because most people, when their hands, their fingertips are in their mouth, they're like, oh shit, why am I doing this? And you can't stop. But the moment before, most people don't think of it. It's just in there. It's actually in a form of hypnosis. Most people think my job is to hypnotise them, and my job is to most of the time de-hypnotise people. Because they already come in a trance. Whether they're depressed, whether they're a smoker, whether they're an alcoholic, they're already in a deep trance. So, do you bite your nails every day?
No.
Okay. Just special occasions, like HypnoThoughts.
Actually, not hypnotized.
Oh, they're doing okay?
Nice,
the hypnosis is already working.
But I still feel the urge to like pick at them.
Yeah.
There's still the little release of energy for me that happens.
Cool. So I'll just like talk to the audience now. This is the third of all. It's like an 80s TV show like Roseanne or Cheers or Seinfeld if we go to the 90s or Friends. So what I'll do now is, before I even get into the hypnosis, they've had all these weird things happen to them. Like, wow, this is kind of like the stuff that I saw in the movies or the stage, but I'm completely aware of it, yet strange things are kind of happening. Well, I think this guy can help me at that point. So their belief, their convincing strategy starts to get filled. So we haven't even got into the hypnosis, but the client's like, oh, this is different than I thought it was. I thought he was just going to like talk in this melodramatic voice to me, really soft, but something else this guy's doing. So on a scale of 0 to 10, and you can close your eyes if you need to, how strong is that urge to bite your nails right now?
Right now, the urge to bite is pretty low.
Okay.
But I even as we're talking, I'm still like kind of that picking feeling.
That pick. So as you look at that thumb now, what about that thumb lets you know it's time to pick it?
It's like the skin feels uneven.
Yeah, so keep feeling that skin. And feel how uneven it feels. On a scale of 1 to 10 now, 10 being the highest, 0 being non-existent, how much do you want to pick that right now or bite it?
Oh, like the more I focus on it, the more I want to do it. So like a 10 right now.
A 10 right now, beautiful. Good. Good. Look at me. Have you ever done movie thing? Have you ever done tapping, any form of tapping before?
Yes.
You have done, alright. So can I get you just put your glasses down for a moment? Beautiful. So just follow after me. I've got my own version of tapping. It's called tapping on steroids. So just take your 3 fingers. Oh, well, you said it's a 10, right? You said your problem was a 10 right now?
Yeah.
Let's test it out. Have you got any injuries in your shoulders at all?
No.
Beautiful. Right-handed. Hold out your arm, say my problem is a 10. Strong, strong, strong. Ah, it says you're lying. But you know what? Let's calibrate it. What's your name again?
Lisa.
Lisa. Hold out your arm, say my name is Lisa.
My name is Lisa.
Strong, strong, strong. Alright, so I get to about there with that pressure. Alright, so I calibrate it. Now say my name is Luke.
My name is Lisa.
Strong, strong, strong. There. Alright, so I got a calibration. Alright. So again, say my problem is a 10.
My problem is
Strong, strong, strong. Yeah, you are telling the truth. Great, you can face down for a second. So we're breaking the third. Every time we face you, we're breaking the third wall. Thanks for being on my show today. So we know where her problem is. I don't care what she says her problem is. I don't care what her body tells me, because the unconscious mind is controlling the body. So we've got a nice clear 10. So we get rid of this problem, this urge today. Again, your mind will be like, well, I'm not sure if it's gone, I don't know, but your body is going to be able to tell us in no uncertain terms. Cool?
Right.
Face me. 3 fingers. Tap above your eyebrow, eyes open, eyes closed, and say, even if I don't get rid of this problem,
Even if I don't get rid of this problem,
I still totally love and accept myself.
I still totally love myself.
Even if nothing changes,
Even if nothing changes,
I still profoundly love and accept
I
myself.
still profoundly love and accept.
Even if I wake up tomorrow and I gnaw off my fingers,
Even if I wake up tomorrow and I know all my fingers,
I still profoundly love and accept myself.
profoundly love and accept.
I profoundly love and accept myself.
Profoundly love and accept myself.
Good. Shake out your arms, open up your eyes. Let's do a retest. Say my problem's a 10, right? Say my problem's a 10.
My problem's a 10.
Strong, strong, strong. Body says not anymore, it's not. Say my problem is a 9.
My problem is a 9.
Strong, strong, strong. Body says, nah, not anymore, it's not. Say my problem is a 7.
Okay. My problem is a 7.
Strong, strong, strong. Body says, not anymore. You're resisting me, right?
Yeah,
I'm not putting any pressure on it. Alright, say my problem's a 5.
My problem's a 5.
Strong, strong, strong. Body you resisted, you resisted, right?
I
You're supposed to
closed my
resist
eyes.
it. You can close your eyes.
Okay.
Say my problem is a 4.
My problem's a 4.
Don't let me push down. Oh, so mate, right, let's do it again. Say my problem is a 4 again.
My problem's a 4.
Strong, strong, strong. Just about 4. Lovely. Look at me. 3 fingers to the side of your eye this time. Do not poke your eyes out. And just have to say, even though my problem is a 4,
Even though my problem is a 4.
I still love and accept myself.
I still love and accept myself.
Even though this feels a bit silly,
Even though this still is a bit silly.
I love and accept
I
myself.
love and accept myself.
I'm open to change.
I'm open to change.
I want to change.
I want to change.
Not sure if this will work.
I'm not sure if this will work.
It's a bit silly,
It's silly.
but I'm willing to open that door to change.
I'm willing to open the door.
I'm open to change. I want to change. I want to get rid of this. Open your eyes, relax your hands. What did we get to, a 4? Alright, hold out your arms, say my problem is a 4. Strong. Ah, there you go. Say my problem is a 3. Strong. Don't let me push down. Say my problem is a 2. Strong. Body says, not anymore. Say my problem's gone. Strong. Body says, good job. Well done. Thanks. It can be that quick. Give a round of applause. You can take a seat. So, the way I look at hypnosis a lot of times is we can do a lot of the change work without doing formal hypnosis. So when I work with smoking clients, it can be that quickly, and they're like, well, it can't be that quickly because they've had this problem for 30 years, but their body's saying that it's cleared from their neurology, which we know your body doesn't lie. So oftentimes I'll do the hypnosis in the end as a ritual, but they already have a belief that something's happened, and most of the time it has, not because I said it, and not because she said it, but because her body said it, and we're always working with the body. Does someone else have like a minor level problem they would like to get rid of? I know some people, can you come up? Yeah, give a round of applause. Is it okay if we work together?
Yes.
Very good. My name's Luke. Nice to meet you, Shelley. Do you feel comfortable in letting the people know what your problem is? You don't have to if you don't want to.
I get, my mind is very scattered.
Very scattered, all right. And how does that affect you?
How's it like?
Yeah.
I'm getting accomplished.
Really, huh?
There you go.
Fair enough. But you got here on time, you got dressed.
Yeah, I was late.
You're colour coordinated. So you got something settled, but you give me a little bit more idea of the problem, because you do get some stuff done.
I do. I allow myself to get too much, like being here, so much information.
Yeah.
It's like overload.
Yes.
And so now I leave, well, I feel like I don't even know which way to turn my phone. Like, in a circle. And I do that at home too.
Yes.
So I have so much to do that it's like I'm just kind of spinning all around. Not getting accomplished. Okay, not anything, but I do something.
Okay. Have you ever experienced hypnosis before? Do you have any injuries in your shoulders, backs, knees, anywhere like that? Okay. Is it okay to touch you?
Yes.
Beautiful, lovely. So we're just going to break the third wall here. That problem right there is more of a kind of analytical problem, emotional problem, but it's not quite a habit. I'm still going to help you with it. But we're going to go straight into the hypnosis with that kind of stuff, because tapping probably is not the best modality. So we're just going to bypass it and go into the hypnosis, if that's all right with you. Is that cool? Lovely. So what I want you to do is, can I get you to take a little step forward for me? Beautiful. So I'm going to get you to put your hand on my hand, and I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And I count to 3. I'm going to do my best to do that, but I want you with all your might to push down as strong as you can. Does that make sense? So with all your might, push down as strong as you can. Yeah, with this hand. Want to look there? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just all your might push down, all right? So on the count of 3, then you push down, I push up. We see who wins. I win all the time, even on the big guys as well. So just look here for me. 1, 2, 3. Ah, there you go. I always win. All right, you're going to be even stronger than that. All right, we do it.
Can I be stronger than that?
You've got even more strength, even more power than that. I kind of cheated there. I won't cheat this time. I kind of went at 2.5. All right. So look right here for me. Right there. On 3, push down as strongly as you can. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Push down, all the way down. That's right, all the way down. Close your eyes and just allow your arm to drop all the way down. That's right. I'm going to take this arm deep and just let it drop all the way down. With every breath that you take and every move that you make, you can just allow yourself to go deeper and deeper. And every time your arm drops to the ground, you go 10 times deeper, 20 times deeper, 30 times deeper. 40 times deeper and deeper and deeper. No sounds around you will bother you or concern you in any way, shape or form. They just work as a sign and a signal to allow you to go even deeper and deeper and deeper. I'd like for you to imagine, pretend, or even make believe you're about to walk down a beautiful staircase. It's safe. There's handrails on both sides. And I'm going to count down from 10 all the way down to 0. And every countdown, you're going to imagine yourself going lower and lower, stepping down that staircase, going into an even deeper state of hypnosis where anything is possible. Nod your head if you understand and accept. That's right. So imagine you're on that staircase now. It's 10, going down deeper now. 9, deeper and deeper and deeper. 8, allowing your muscles to just melt in the ground, knowing you're totally safe here, totally secure. 7, with every breath that you take and every move that you make, just going deeper and deeper and deeper now. That's right. Deeper and deeper and deeper now. Just allowing all that tension to just melt away. 6, 5, melting. 4, just floating away. 3, sinking away. 2, deeper and deeper. 1, in a moment, when you get off the staircase, you're going to see a big, beautiful 0 in front of you. It's going to be life-sized. And I'll count from 1 to 3, and you're going to imagine, pretend, or even make believe that you're going to step through that 0 onto the other side. And on the other side of that 0 is a wonderful, beautiful place called hypnosis. Nod your head if you understand, accept. 0. Now, see that big, beautiful 0 in front of you, and imagine you get ever so close to it now. 1, standing right next to that 0. 2, imagine you're putting one foot, one leg through that 0 right now. And 3, right on the other side now, into a wonderful place called hypnosis where anything can happen. And you just let go more and more and more and more now. In fact, every time that hand drops on the ground, faster now, that's right. You can allow yourself to go even deeper. And every time I touch this shoulder here, it just works as a sign and a signal for you to let go, to melt away even more. Because you're here today to work on something that's troubled you for some time. But here's the thing, in this wonderful place called hypnosis, you can leave all your baggage, all the crap you no longer want or need in your life on this side of the 0, where it's just dissolved, where it just melts away, like ice melting in a glass of water. It dissolves like an Alka-Seltzer tablet dissolving in a glass of water. It melts like wax melting off a candle. You don't have to try to make anything happen here, because we know that trying makes you weak. You can just let it go now. That's right. Deeper and deeper and deeper with every breath that you take and every move that you make. As your body sinks even more into the ground, feeling safe, feeling really, really comfortable. And what I'd like for you to do now is just imagine, pretend, or make believe that that old problem that you used to have, that old word that used to represent that old problem you used to have, is written on a blackboard. It's written on chalk. And imagine only when you're absolutely ready to let go of that now. Imagine that you go up to that chalkboard. You may see it, you may feel it, you just may know it's there, but in a way that feels right for you, just sense it. I would like for you to imagine, pretend, or even make believe that you start to slowly rub away each letter that represented that problem on that board, on that blackboard right now. Make sure it's just gone totally and completely. Take all the time you need to do that now. Just nod your head when that's done. That's right. And now I'd like for you to imagine, pretend, or make believe that you wake up tomorrow morning, Monday, start of a new week, and just imagine yourself getting up at the optimal time for you, the optimal time for you to get up. And see yourself go through your morning routine, focused, just focusing on the very next thing you need to do, and then completing it. Then the next thing you need to do, and completing it. So you're just focusing on the next thing that's in front of you. Having that mindfulness to be inside that experience, to just get rid of that thing, to just put a line through that and get on to the next thing. Because all you need to do is just focus on the very next thing that's in front of you to allow yourself to get to that next level. You never have to be overwhelmed anymore. You can leave that here. Because all you need to do from this moment forward is just focus. Just focus on this point right here. And when you bring your awareness to this point here, it reminds you to focus on that one thing. That one thing you need to do next, which retards the ability for you to get overwhelmed anymore, because you just focus from now on that one thing, and you do it to the complete exclusivity of anything else. So when it's done, it's almost like a meditation for you. Whether that's doing the dishes, whether that's making a call, whether that's doing whatever you do, it just feels like a mindful experience for you, and you start to feel better and better and better. Imagine it's a week from now, and there's certain calls that you need to make that maybe you've been putting off. Maybe it's for business, maybe it's for family, but you pick up the phone. You make those calls easily and effortlessly. To the rate in which you know that you make those calls or you do that thing that you need to do, you feel amazing. But for the longer that you keep it off, it almost feels like there's a hot poker in your butt and it starts to poke you when you get away and you leave those things to the last minute. So now, from that future, to prevent that from happening, you just go for what you want and you do it immediately at the right time for you, and it feels amazing. You feel amazing. It feels great to clear your head and do those things. And anytime you try and put them on the back burner, it's almost as if you feel that poker there, and it's a soft reminder, or a sharp reminder, if you will, to just go on and do what you need to do and feel good and get it done, because the time's going to pass one way or another, and you may as well do those activities to help you to get to the next level. Nod your head if you understand, accept. Because in a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. When my count reaches 5, you'll be fully immersed back in this very room. But there will be changes. So just allow that old problem now, if it isn't already now completely gone, allow it to melt away, to dissolve away, to just go away once and for all in this wonderful place of hypnosis that could only exist in your mind and your body, where you don't need to try to make anything happen. Just as you do not need to try to breathe. You just breathed. You do not need to try to send blood through your body. It happens automatically. You don't need to try to think. A thought comes, and then another thought comes, and another thought comes. It's the same part of your mind that can let go of that problem now and replace it with something far more beneficial. And I don't know if that will happen immediately or tonight as you sleep. But tonight as you sleep, if there's any other work that needs to be done, your unconscious mind will process that tonight. Because there's a thing that I learned about songbirds. And interestingly enough, songbirds don't learn to sing when they're awake. It's actually when they're asleep, there's part of the brain that starts to make their mouth move, and they start to sing when they're asleep. So a big process of learning is actually when you sleep, and that mental processor of your unconscious mind can make all of those neurological connections available. So when you wake up tomorrow, or even sooner than that, that you can have the life that you want, free and being a true pioneer. And I don't know if every time you see the colour red from now on, it will just remind you or motivate you to get shit done and to feel good when you're doing it. I'm not suggesting that every time you see red now, it works and it reminds you as a stark reminder to get it done and to feel amazing at the same time. Every time you see red, you'll just have this urge, this motivation, this inspiration to get the next thing on your list done and to feel amazing doing it. I'd never suggest that that would happen now. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. And when I count to 5, you'll be fully immersed back in this room. And you'll feel amazing, like you had a 4-hour massage or a 2-hour nap, ready to enjoy the rest of your evening here in Las Vegas. And remember, whatever happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas. 1, become aware of the sounds around you, other than the sound of my voice. 2, take a nice big deep breath in of love, energy, light, and transformation. And breathe out that crap you no longer want or need in your life. 3, imagine as if every nerve, muscle, cell, and fibre in your body was bathed clean, beautiful, clean, spring, water. 4, gently shake your fingertips and toes, allowing that circulation to return to your body. And only when your unconscious mind has accepted all these suggestions for your own benefit and will allow you to leave the past in the past and to get on to the future with an incredible motivation to get things done. Then and only then allow your eyes to open and notice how bright the world starts to see. Good job. How you doing? How'd you end up down there?
I don't know.
I'll let you get that. Come up nice and slowly for me. You good? How do you feel?
Wow. Really good.
Really? Tell them how that felt.
That's great.
Yeah, in what way
That's
did it feel
really
great?
weird because I knew everybody was here. I just saw it there and just enjoying the moment. That was pretty good.
So when you think about waking up tomorrow morning, on Monday, and stuff that you need to get done, how does it look differently now?
A lot more clear.
Clearer?
Yeah.
In what way?
Actually, more excited.
More excited? Okay, very good. Give her a round of applause. I wasn't going to do that, but I felt let's give you guys a bonus and stuff. Oh, thank you. Any questions about anything? Yes, to the lady in the back, in the black, in the white, my 2 favourite colours, other than red.
When you're doing muscle testing, you know, you always ask if you have a shoulder problem or.
Yeah.
And so I was doing that with my sister one time, and she's like, ow, you know. So people do have shoulder problems sometimes. What do you use instead?
Yeah, there's different types of muscle testing you can do. There's this one that you can do when you put your feet together and you ask your body to give you a sign for yes. You can actually practice this now. I learned this one today. You can stand up and do this if you want. Please don't fall down though, okay? Put your feet together and just stand there with your feet together and your hands by your side. You can have your eyes open or closed if you want. And just ask your body to give you a sign for yes. It might move forward, it might move back. But just notice, just ask your body to give you a clear sign for yes. Whose body moved forward? Hands up. Whose body moved back? Who's like, oh, you're fucked. Oh shit, when you're Alright, but I'm going to show you how you can correct that, alright? So what I need to do with your hand right there, your left hand, get your fingers and just tap on the karate point there, just a little bit lower down, and just tap there a little bit if you move back when that just happens. Relax, close your eyes again. Ask your body to give you a clear sign for yes. And relax, you got your back. Alright, you move to the side that time. It's different, huh? It's weird. That's fair, that's okay. Now to the back, you want to know, right? Because we got a yes, you want to know. So please be careful with this one. Again, feet together and close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, alright? And just ask your body for a different clear sign for no, for the word no. Just notice what happens. Open your eyes. Whose body went back that time? Yeah, whose body went forward? Whose body went to the side? Cool. So usually it will be forward and it will be back. So that's a way to kind of muscle test yourself and stuff. For most people who go forward and back, sometimes it goes back on the beginning. So if you do a little bit of tapping there, it usually corrects it. But really you're just looking for a clear signal for it to go one way, so you got a yes, and the other way, so you get a no. Is that cool? Mm-hmm. All right, anybody, you can sit down by the way. Any more questions?
What are you doing it on purpose? Oh, sorry.
No, look at you down there.
What are you doing it on purpose with that every breath you take, every move you make? Like in the song, so she has to complete in her mind, I will follow you.
Yes! If only I was that smart. Is that the Puff Daddy song? Or is that the Sting song?
And the Sting song, yeah.
No.
Every breath you make, every breath you take, every move you make, I will follow you.
I do like that song though.
Yeah.
But no, you're giving me too much credit. I'm not that smart. But thank you. Yes.
So, how did you decide between the habit and the emotional, mental problem, whether you do tapping or whether you do?
If it's like an emotion, like someone comes to me now, they're very anxious or suffering from symptoms of depression, or they've got a physical pain, something that I can get a number on, a read on from 0 to 10, I'll go to tapping, or I'll go to some form of eye movement desensitization therapy, or I'll go into a version of kinetic shift that I learned from Carl Smith, or I'll do something else around it if it's something that I can put that scale on it. But I wasn't sure that I'd get a clear number on that kind of cognitive problem. So rather than mess around with it and just waste time, let's just go straight to hypnosis. Because I've already done the phenomenon, about 10 forms of phenomenon at that point. So like, she's going to experience something cool happening and then just go into the hypnosis.
So how often does that, just that simple metaphor of letting it go and then building resources and future pacing, I mean, does that usually resolve the problem completely with that one session?
Good question. So when I see someone for smoking, I generally only see them for one session. And based on following up for people for up to 2 years later, basically 95% of the people are done with smoking. When it comes to any other kind of problem, I'll see them up to 4 sessions around that problem. And then the first time they come in, I want to load in their mind all these experiences of things happening automatically. Because they think their problems happen automatically. They think that their problem's being done to them rather than unconsciously doing their problem. So when I can start to use the metaphor of your body moving, your body shifting, it's happening automatically, yet you're aware of it, that starts to load in their mind something. Then I'll go for something very, very gentle. And by gentle, what I mean is there's no parts therapy going on there, there's no regression going on there. I don't need to get involved in the content, I just need to know roughly what the problem is. So for some people that can be enough 50% of the time. But I start them off, so when they come in the next time, I've got 357 other techniques. But I want to start them off soft. I don't want to hit with a bazooka if I don't have to, because there's some techniques that we have that are near nuclear. If you hit some of it straight away, it can be a bit too much for people. So I like to come in, see what we can do, and that can be enough for some people, but if not, I've got the nuclear weapons behind me. Yes?
I was told some time back that you could do muscle testing on yourself by locking your fingers.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
There's that one as well. I'm not an expert on all forms of muscle testing, but I just use that one all the time. It works for me. And this one I've learned today to self-muscle test is really good. There is this one where you make a ring with one hand, a ring with the other. You ask for a yes. You ask, like, is my name Luke? And it feels stronger. Is my name Mel? I'm lying to myself. That works some of the time. That's a yes, that's a no, but I don't find it as accurate as that one. There's another one I learned today that I don't know how accurate it is, but you ask your unconscious mind as you just rub any finger actually, your thumb together very, very softly, so they're hardly touching. You ask yourself for a clear signal for yes, and it should feel kind of like very, very smooth and non-sticky when you do it. And then you do it a little bit more and you ask for a clear signal for no, and it usually feels a bit stickier when you do it. There is a sign-in sheet going on, guys, so if you'd like a video of what we did tonight, we're going to send it all to you guys, along with some client work that I do with people. So if you forget what I did today, you'll be able to review it for the rest of your life. Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
The snapping, what does, you do that a lot, what is?
Every hypnotist needs to snap. Oh.
Can you repeat the question?
What is the purpose
Yeah,
of
what
that?
happens when you can't snap? Up until the age of 7, I couldn't snap. And I was obsessed with learning to snap my fingers. And my little sister learned to play the flute. And I was just focused on, I need to learn to click my freaking fingers. I don't know why, I just need to do it. I can only do it with my left hand, not my right. And then one day when I was 7, I switched on my TV, and there was this hypnotist dude, and he would click his fingers, and whatever he told people to do, they would do automatically without thinking about it. I'm like, I need to learn that skill so I can hypnotise my parents to buy me cool shit. So that's how I got into hypnosis. So I don't know, you can clap. There's some times where, for whatever reason, if I just wash my hands, they won't click. So I'll just bring my hands together. I'll just clap instead. It's just a sign and a signal to allow people to go deeper and deeper. Because my metaphor for hypnosis is really all of the things I'm doing with people is about letting them let go. Feel this, feel this, feel this. It's about letting them go. And letting their arm come up is about letting them go. Allowing their fingers to come together is about allowing it to happen. Because my belief is if you just get out of your own way, most problems sort themselves out. But we get so involved in our ego, and we try so hard to get rid of it, we get inside our own way. And I'll show you how trying in language makes you weak. Can I borrow you for a minute? You look like a strong guy. Can I get you to come up? Give me a round of applause. We've got a couple minutes left. But I want to show you how language makes you weak. Do you have any injuries in your shoulders? Shoulders, lovely. So in a minute, what's your name? Niels. Niels, I'm Luke. Lovely to meet you. Niels, what I'm going to ask you to do in a moment is, you right or left-handed? Right. I'm going to ask you make a fist and you hold your hand out like so. If you do that right now. Good. And try not to let me push down. Try not to let me push down. There you go. All right. She's quite a strong guy. All right. So now, hold up the arm again, but this time wheel your arm to stay there. So nice and strong, right? Nice and strong, strong, strong. Wheel that arm to stay there. As if I put a bit of metal that goes all the way in, and it interlocks with your elbow, and it interlocks with your shoulder. Now wheel it to be there. Do you feel the difference? Now as that metal comes out, try to keep it there. Try to keep it there. Weaker. You see language? Language, thank you, give a round of applause. Be careful of the language you use with your clients, guys, because trying always implies failure. Your unconscious mind is always looking for an easy way out. So when clients come to see me, I ban the word try because it makes them weaker. And I might come back to that in the hypnosis later and be like, because we already know you've tried this for so long and it hasn't worked, try makes you weak. But when you will something to happen, you're a lot stronger. But if they've got that metaphor, that physiology, easy for me to say, loaded from early on in the session, they're like, oh shit, he proved that stuff worked. I know what he's talking about. They've had that experiential learning of something going on. Any more questions? No. Well, thank you so very much, folks. Yeah, if you would like a video today or any of my work with clients, please fill in the questionnaire. That's not the questionnaire that's going around, but the sign-in sheet. There's a survey online. Go on the survey and give me 5 stars, because Dave Meltzer says I deserve 5 stars. And if you're around, And if you're around tomorrow, I'm doing a workshop on how to make $1,000 a day helping people quit smoking. It's going to be here tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The complete A to Z, from marketing to sales, from techniques on how to make money, becoming a smoking cessation expert, and saving people's lives. So thank you for having me today. I'll be around. If you have any more questions, grab me up here or I'll be outside. But thank you guys.